Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial, I wanted to play with some new palettes that I have, and I'd like to think it's gonna be so good that we could eat it. So today I'm gonna be working with the Juvia's Place. This is the newest, the Douce palette, and I love this. And also the Juvia's Place Zulu palette. And I want to do something a little different, working with some of these kind of pinks and purples and just a random green, maybe. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, my skin is like a hot mess. So I'm just kind of praying that it'll like tone down a little bit. I don't know. My skin's very blotchy lately. I'm having a lot of issues with redness, so I'm gonna be trying to see a dermatologist really soon. So I wanted to work with my new palettes today and just see if we could come up with a fun look, since we're, you know, gonna be coming into the springtime eventually soon, and then Easter and all that good stuff. And I'm just gonna bypass Valentine's, you guys. You could do this look for Valentine's, but I wanted to do like a fun look with different colors and almost like an ice creamy inspired look. So yeah, let's get into it. I've already moisturized my face, and I'm gonna go in and mix my MAC strobe cream and my Smashbox primer here for pores, which is like down to the nitty gritty. Oh God. But yeah, I like the mixture of both of these. I love the hydration and the glow from the strobe cream, and the mattifying and blurring from the pore cream. Just kind of emulsify them in my hands and work them mostly in the areas like my cheeks, my nose, and right in my forehead. So one thing I have noticed lately, and I don't know if you guys have issues with this, is obviously discoloration in my skin. And I'm starting to kind of get what looks and appears to be either a sunspot or an age spot. And so what I want to do is add a little bit of warmth to it, since it's such a dark, cool tone. And so to do that, I'm going to use a color correcting apricot pen. And it's going to look crazy, but we're going to kind of blend this. I'll just use my finger, I think, into where that spot is. And then let that kind of soak in for a minute. And then I'm also going to put a little bit of the Master Camo yellow under my eyes to help brighten some of the darkness and circles that I have going on here. This thing's like getting down to the end because I use it so much. But yeah, I'm enjoying color correction stuff, just because as you change and mature and your skin gets, you know, crazier, you have to kind of work with it. So to blend out foundations and stuff today, I'm going to be using my Heavenly Luxe brush. This is the complexion brush from Nyx Cosmetics. It's dual-sided, and it has a concealer portion and then also a foundation one. And I'm just going to use the concealer brush right now just to kind of blur some of this out. So for foundations today, I wanted to mix a little bit. I'm down to the end of my HudaBeauty foundation, the Faux filter, and I love this stuff so much. It's like my all-time fave. And I'm gonna mix a little Tinny Dole Ultra Wear into that as well. I personally love the scent of the HudaBeauty. I don't know, like I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I really like it. The coverage is just so incredible. This brush is just so incredibly soothing on the skin. It feels amazing. I don't know what the magic is behind this foundation brush, but I love it. I use it for powders, for liquids, creams, concealer, I mean everything. It's just incredible. This coverage is so unreal. Like I go from like ratchet to righteous, like Now for concealer today, I want to mix my Kylie Jenner concealer and then also my Colourpop. My Colourpop No Filter concealer is a lot lighter, as you can see. And the Kylie one has a little bit more of like a neutral and peach undertone. So the balance of both I like, so I don't look super pasty. And both formulations are so similar, and I really just think it's because they're from the same company. And also, there's like a huge price difference. So personally, I like the Colourpop because it's a lot more affordable. I think with the Kylie one, you're kind of paying for the name, but there is a little more, how do I put it? A little more hydration to the Kylie one, which I like. So I think the mixture of the two is awesome. But it's really just up to you guys. I think they're really comparable as far as the results go. Okay guys, and using my RCMA powder, this is the No Color Original Setting Powder. We're going to use that on a Real Technique sponge and set underneath our eyes first. Now using a Morphe sponge, which is a little bit bigger but has this nice flat edge here, I'm going to also go into that. Taking this just a little bit out here now into this V, just kind of whatever's left on the brush, just kind of blend it outward and work it into the V. Now using the same brush, the 441, I'm gonna go back into Zulu and take this really dark purple, this kind of true grape purple, like a Barney purple. I love it. And we're gonna do the same thing, working that into the crease and then also into the outside V. Just blend that up a little bit. Okay. We're coming together. I love these colors, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, so now on an Urban Decay flat shadow brush, I'm gonna take this really pretty kind of tealish green color here and start with a matte shadow, and then I'm gonna work my way into some of these like shimmers here. But I'm gonna start with this, and you can dampen your brush if you want. Mine is freshly cleaned, so it's already slightly damp, but we're gonna move that into this matte shadow and start packing it onto our eyelid. Oh yeah. So once you lay the foundation with the matte shadow, I want to go back in and just hit this with a little bit of setting spray. And we're going to go back into the Douce palette now, and with this really beautiful macaroons color, we're going to pop that onto the lid on top of what we just placed down. And I like to kind of start in the center and then work my way to the outer corners. Just grazing it up at the top here. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of this other color too, this really pretty silver Mont Blanc, I think it's called, Mont Blanc. And just pop a little bit of that right into this mixture and go right in the center of the lid just to give it a little more pop. Coming together, you guys. Now going back in, this is a BH Cosmetics number 6 from the Marble collection. I want to go back into Custard and also that grape purple and kind of mix the two together. And then I want to put this right back into the crease just to intensify it a little bit more. And this way, if anything transferred too, we have just a little bit more definition. Now going back in with that BH brush, and we're going to dip into Creme again, which is that lightest pink, and just very gently glaze this back and forth into the crease to marry these colors together, keeping it really smooth. Alrighty, now I want to go in with a pencil brush when I find it. I'm going to take a pencil brush, and in that dark grape purple and then also in Custard, we're just going to dip this brush into both of those and line the under, or the lash line rather. Now we want to go in and just clean up a little bit of fallout that has taken place. So let me find my brush. My trusty Real Techniques brush. I'm going to dip into a little more translucent powder now and just kind of clean up any fallout underneath and also dust away some of that bake that we have left. So kind of going in underneath the eye and just pulling the bake downward and just kind of dusting it out towards the corner of the face. Dust off the nose, kind of dust into the forehead, whatever is left. And then really quickly, I want to go in with another setting powder. I love to work with the translucent to bake, but then I want to go in and set with a little bit more color so that this way, if there's any pictures, even though RCMA really doesn't flash back, but some powders can, this will kind of ensure that you won't get that flashback, but you'll also get an additional layer of brightness and coverage, which is awesome. So I'm going to use the NYX #NoFilter, and I like to use a lighter tone, so I'm going to use Porcelain, and I'll pop this on my Morphe sponge, just kind of tap it out a little and press this right into the under eye area. And you can see it just adds really nice coverage and just kind of blends out that kind of translucent-y finish. Press that in. I'm going to bring a little bit into my forehead and my nose area as well. I'm going to use, of course, you guys know, and if you don't know, now you do, my trusty Curvitude Maybelline liquid liner. I love this stuff. I just really love the application of it, the affordability, and I like to start right at the edge here. And then bring it on into the inside corner. Real nice and tapered. I will say, if Maybelline created a matte version of this, oh my gosh, I don't think I would ever buy another liner again. I'd be sold. All right, so 5,000 hours later, we finally have our liquid liner on. I feel like liner takes me so long some days. Anyway, for contour today, I'm going to be using my Morphe 9C palette, which is starting to hit pan, but you guys, I love this palette. And I'm going to put this on an angled BH brush, and this is a more tapered brush. You can do a fluffy brush if you don't want it quite as harsh, but I like more definition. Now to kind of blend out a little bit of the contour, we're going to go in with our Physicians Formula bronzer, my favorite, on a fluffier brush. And I'm going to use the BH Marble #1 brush and just pop that on here. Come into my temples. And just really warm up the perimeter of the face. All right, so I am actually going to go and put some eyebrows on, but before I do that, I want to go in with my Morphe sponge, and again, using that flat edge, I'm going to dip into these kind of pinky colors here in this palette, and just take these on my sponge, tap it out a little bit, and we're going to pop this on the high point of the cheek, right where the light would kind of naturally hit, to create a little bit of highlight. And then lastly, you want to go in with your contour as well. So for contour today, I'm going to mix my duochromatic from NYX in Lavender Steel and Master Chrome in Rose Gold, and have a little bit of that purple and pink kind of mixed together. And I'm going to put that on my diamond sponge from Real Techniques, and just kind of, again, pop this right on where the light would kind of naturally hit. Use that really fine kind of crystal point here to get right into the bridge and your Cupid's bow. All right, let's go put some brows on. Today I'm going to use my Brow Total Temptation pencil from Maybelline, and I might feather in a little bit of Anastasia Dip Brow. Not sure yet, but we'll have them on in a minute. Okay guys, so these are the brows and I am feeling it. I also went ahead and put on a coat of my Maybelline Total Temptation mascara in Blackest Black. And then for blush today, I added a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me blush in Nude, which is one of my favorite colors. And I think it really coincides well with the pinks and the softness and bubblegumness of this look today. So yeah, for lips, I want to keep it pretty subdued because I want the focus to really be on the eyes. So for lips today, I want to use my Chai pencil from Colourpop, and then good old-fashioned MAC Blankety lipstick. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and I added just a couple of House of Lashes wispies, like individuals, just to kind of amplify the look a little bit and give it a little bit more glam. I don't usually wear a lot of band lashes just because it's not really my thing, but I think every now and then a little extra is a good thing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I feel like it is to die for. We could eat our makeup right now. It just reminds me so much of like a candy shop, soda shop, I don't know, just awesomeness. But anyway, again, we used the Juvia's Place Douce palette and the Zulu palette, I believe. Yep. Zulu. And the Huda Beauty Foundation Faux Filter with a little bit of Lancome Tinny Dull. And I feel like the Huda Beauty, I don't know what it is, I just feel like it actually gets better the more it sits on the skin. Generally, like, foundations oxidize and you just kind of like turn colors, but this one I just feel like the skin just gets more and more airbrushed and nurtured and hydrated. So I really, really love it. Anyway, I will link information down below of the products that I used. And as always, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys again really soon.